Right then, so setup wise, we can see a bit of a change there, hopefully from sort of left hand one to your right hand one. It's a term I often use, okay? I like to kind of see sort of people like a lowercase y, lead arm, club shaft kind of in line there, hands by your lead thigh, okay? You say very much, not quite as a sort of left-hander, but it almost looks like a reverse lowercase y going with it, which is, it stands to it. If you've gone from left to right-handed, there's going to be some sort of familiarity with that setup.
Yeah.
So you're going to sort of revert back to that in some case again. We want to get the sensation, this shoulder on the front side here is higher. I mean, your right hand's lower than your left hand. And by doing that, what it will do is strengthen your grip up without you trying to just turn your hand over, okay?
Yeah.
And we've got to find for you what is your neutral, what returns the club back to the ball square.
Yeah.
Now, that last shot went dead straight pretty much in terms of the side spin, okay? The launch angle was lower. We've gone down from like mid-30s to like mid-20s there, so we're getting it down lower, okay? Obviously, we're doing it with smaller swings. If we're doing it with smaller swings and we're still getting the same sort of yardage, by virtue of doing a better impact, then increasing the swing back up with the release, we'll start getting the yardage that you're looking for, okay? Yeah. The left-hand one here now as we come into impact. Again, back was okay? You've got enough wrist hinge. You say about the wrist not as hinging as much. For me, that's fine. There's a shift here onto the left side. As you get back to impact here now, there, next frame back, sorry. There's basically your impact. You can see now the hands behind the golf ball. Yeah. So you're adding loft a golf club. So it was an 8-iron loft, even if they're strong lofted, okay? Yeah. You're still hitting it with like a 9.5 iron, if not more, and that just sends the ball up too high, you lose yardage. And I think you were doing this because of the fact the ball had some right tendency, okay? If the ball's curving right, you're a good enough golfer to work things like, how can I stop the ball going right? Okay, I can do this and this will fix it. But because it's not your dominant hand doing it, it's not as easy to control the club face that way as opposed it was when you're going left-handed doing it kind of this way with your stronger hand. Which isn't a problem, okay? But it's understanding if we get your left hand now in a stronger position, it means when you come back to the golf ball, you can get in a position where obviously this backswing is a lot shorter. As you come back to impact, you can see your impact there. Next frame there. The hands are now in the right position. That's getting the compression on that golf ball. And that backswing length, I mean, look how short that backswing is in comparison. I mean, it's 2/3 of the full swing you were doing it there, maybe. Yeah. The fact they're going the same yardage, or near enough the same sort of yardage. Okay, shows you're hitting the golf ball now with the correct loft of the golf club. Obviously from here now, once you get it, you just naturally unhinge and release the club. You're so to try and hang on to the golf club. It seems like you're hanging on for days and days and days, so the swing just gets very sort of Fleetwood-esque, I guess, with the golf ball, okay? But if we can get that sensation from here that we're getting that impact, and just for you just to learn what that feel is, it's going to be a learned feel. At the moment now, it's an unfamiliar feel, because it's basically the reverse to what you did before, which is, again, we can go that way. I think, as you said, it makes sense if the knee was an issue on that right side, you want to turn to your right knee, at least now you can turn onto your stronger knee. Your wrists have got more mobility going the other way, so it all makes sense and so on in doing it. It's just now understanding for you what a different setup's going to look like, okay? So creating that lead arm and the club in the sort of better position, get the handle forward, it gets your grip stronger. So when you come back, you're not having to try to manipulate the club within half a second, You just swing the golf club back and we know the club's going to come back to the ball pretty square, Obviously in time, when we're on the golf course, we're going to be swinging more this length swing. These are just swings on the sort of range and we do sort of as practice, so we're going to get to sort of here somewhere. These are rehearsal swings, do them at home, okay? And then sort of return back to the sort of, edge of the sofa or cushion just to feel what impact should feel like with the handle forward, with your lead side now having moved towards target, It's a reverse of what you did before, so it's going to take a bit of getting used to. You can do it, obviously, but then at the moment, as you said, you were doing it by masking the fault. Ball was going right. I know I can fix that by scooping it, and that was hitting the ball pretty straight. So you hit the ball okay, and because you got generally a lot of club head speed anyway, weren't losing that much distance. The problem was it often lent itself, as you say, to hit the ground behind the golf ball. That kills up a lot of yardage, especially this time of year now with the wet, and you struggle your distance there, okay? So does that make sense then, So good. Slight change in the setup, as I say. Again, we talk about the fundamentals from a right-handed setup now, getting the handle forward and then impact, getting those hands out of position. Practice that feel as much as you can, and then I know every 10 shots you do that sort of contorted follow through, then just hit 5 normal ones. Film your swing, check it, look and see what it looks like, Send it across to me, we can keep a check of it, okay, mate?
Okay, right.
Good stuff.